Hey, what's up, everybody? Frederick Polk here. So recently I did a video on the annexation of Greenland by the Trump administration. I think it'll be militarily, and I think it's possible. It's likely. But the purpose of that video wasn't a doom and gloom video. It was really to show what the logical outcome, the end game for Trump is. And while I think it's a stupid move, this administration is known for stupid moves. But there was some context missing from that because that wasn't part of the hot take. And that is, the reason I think it's an end game for Trump is, well, the resistance to Trump is having an effect. Now, you might be thinking like, well, how can Trump annex Greenland, but then the resistance is having an effect? That doesn't make any sense. Because the rhetoric is not matching their actions. See, Trump claims that he has a mandate, but he's not acting like a man with a mandate. He's acting like a man who's scared that his bullshit is about to catch up with him. If you're a president with a mandate, you don't reverse course on Elise Stefanik and send her back to the House and revoke her ambassadorship. You don't have Speaker Mike Johnson tell his constituents that they shouldn't have town halls. Hell, you have more town halls because you're going to go tout all the successes of your administration and reinforce your mandate and show crowds cheering and, hooping it up. But instead, the crowds are furious. They're pissed. That's what's making the news. And it's even having an effect on our side because Chuck Schumer capitulated. He caved, and instead of promoting his new book, he's going on talk shows defending himself as if he should keep his job. You don't have all the calls heading to the congressional switchboard, heading to voicemails because the boxes are full, because so many people have called. You don't have Elon Musk heading on Sean Hannity and doing his woe is me pity party because he's doing such a great job. No. And you could see it in the stock price at Tesla, how it's been dropping and dropping. Yeah, it had a little spike, but it's dropping even further. You don't take time off if Doge is just doing such amazing work heading up to Wisconsin for a state Supreme Court race, having $1 million giveaways, which are obviously fraudulent. You don't dump all kinds of money into ruby red districts in Florida if you think that you're doing an amazing job and people are loving what you're doing. Now, the trick is to look at what Trump has done, because Trump is not a man for ever apologizing, ever. And he goes in stages. One is the absolute pushback where he calls you every name in the book and he just says, no, we're doing amazing. This is all bigly and beautiful and blah, blah, blah. But when it keeps going bad, it's the silence. That's when you know it's starting to get bad for Trump. And for the past couple weekends, he hadn't really said much before he's headed out to his little golf retreats at Mar-a-Lago. And the big tell was how he referred to Prime Minister Carney. He didn't call him governor of our cherished 51st state. No. He called him prime minister. And he's been begging to get on the phone. Things aren't going well for the Trump regime. Not at all. Because the resistance is having an impact. It may not seem like it, but it's having an impact. And an annexation of Greenland, if that comes to pass, and I tell you, I hope I am wrong, and all the things that I listed as potentials in there, that is it's horrible. Don't get me wrong, but that would be the last gasp of an administration that absolutely does not have a mandate and is losing power, because the protests are working, the boycotts are working, the calls are working. All those judges' rulings they keep defying, they're stacking up. And the only threat that he really has against Republicans is the threat of primary. And if he starts losing bases of support in those ruby red districts, where in special elections, instead of winning by 30 points, they're only winning by 10, 8. That's an impact. Eventually, some of these craven Republicans might find their spine just to save themselves. And when that starts happening, that's going to be the beginning of the end for the Trump regime. Democracy is always a collective effort. All these little things add up. That's why I keep telling you there's not only one way to resist. It's not just protests. It's boycotts. It's all these other things that you could do. It's the calls. It's talking with your neighbors. It's posting on social media. It's sharing stuff. It's engaging in these. It's showing up at town halls and talking with folks. It's all those things. And it's having an impact. So going into this week, take heart. We're not out of this yet. In fact, I think we're gaining ground. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Keep the faith, defend democracy, and I'll see you later.